Hello, welcome to Clinic Performance Method Video Newsletter, our VNL. It's March 13th, Thursday. And this week, I have a couple cool announcements. But main thing is our flag football program has been drafted, and we went through the whole process. And then we're doing all the nepotism trades and stuff like that. So that's the main thing. I want to get out with flag football. I try to keep this really short so you guys will all watch it. And then we have the next thing is we're going to start our summer signups. We've already got a couple in there. Even got one today for the 8:30 class. That usually fills up first. We do the 8:30, 9:45, and then another 11 o'clock. And then we come back again at 5 and 6:15 at night. So we'll start putting information out there for that. But we're going to get that set up real early. Excited to get a bunch of these test scores done because you're kind of in the pivot between seasons, and we're starting to see some really good scores from like Nate Weldon, and Nate was a significant one. He's a kid that's a bigger type of a kid with crazy good scores. I'll post his picture up there. I just want to particularly post him. But we're also in the season where we're starting to get our people are getting signed. People are getting their scholarship offers, and that's why we're going to lead me into our next athlete of the week, sponsored by Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, and that's going to be Andrew Gilman. Gilly, as I like to call him, is a complete. He's just a physical specimen, and he's gotten crazy offers right now from Kent and Bryant and Columbia, I believe. He's got a couple. He's just getting him Monmouth. He's good, and they're going to keep coming in. And we're proud of him because he's a kid that's dedicated to his craft. He's very particular about getting his reps in and his reps done right. If he doesn't get it right, he comes back with a bad attitude. If he goes right, he's very hard on himself. He makes it intrinsic. So, I knew this was coming. I knew he was one of these kids that had the ability because of his frame and his test scores. And it's just neat that he's now putting up 7,000-point test scores and his composite scores, and he's also getting scholarship offers. Again, that's your bare minimum, but he scores up into the 8,000s now. And we say when we're looking at his IDS and EFX scores, the cutoff for scholarships is about 7,000, and he's got it. And so physically he's got it. Mentally he's got it. He's a tough kid. Very funny. He's an entertaining kid to be around, to say the least. We love you. Congratulations. Go get your soft pretzels from Philly Pretzel Factory in Egg Harbor Township. Very proud of you. Next, last but not least, we do our shout outs and stuff, but kind of just want to go into for 2 seconds, talk about what we are trying to accomplish this week, and which was we're kind of really heavily getting into acceleration stuff. And one thing that when our students come in here, they are supposed to know why they're here for that day. Very important to know what premise they are working on that day. So I want them to kind of lead themselves into knowing what they're getting into that day. So Mondays and Tuesdays always is acceleration. We prioritize that first. Wednesdays and Thursdays, we prioritize initial force. That we think that's the second most important thing. And we prioritize your soreness accordingly. And then last is max velocity. And that's not that it's not important. And for some people, it's the most important thing. But for most of our athletes that play with cleats on a court or whatever, those athletes want all three of those attributes. So just know why your kids are here, know why you're here when you come in. Hopefully, if you know that and this is ingrained in your head, you would go to class. You're not going to go to class with the wrong books. Kind of go into that knowing what you're trying to increase that day, and know that your rate of force development is going to get greater through training the angles that we train at, training rate of force development, and increasing your vertical leap. Most important thing, okay? It is the most meat on the bone to take from. So that's what we're going to do on Mondays, Tuesdays, always, from now until forever. Anyway, big announcement coming up. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a big one, the biggest one we've ever had, coming up as soon as I get the green light from who I need to get the green light from. But big announcement. I want to get everybody all hyped up. Let's get this whole thing, get everybody all riled up. There's a huge announcement coming up. So that'll wrap it up from Climate Performance Method, and we'll get all the information to you guys about the summer and when we're starting. All right, take care.